You want to dance? I want to do the twist and pop. Hey guys, it's LJ here. Welcome back to another Squdge craft video. I do have my mag rat with me today. Hello, baby. Hi. That's it. You be cute for everybody to see you and say hello, because you haven't been in a video for a while, have you? She's too preoccupied with some treats that are over there. Shall I give you one on video? Shall we show people how clever you are? Shall I show people how clever you are? Wait. Paw. Good girl. Here you go. Good girl. All gone. Isn't she such a good girl? She's so pretty. So, and today I'm going to do another entry into my specific layout. Today we're going to do a twist and pop element. Now you can make this twist and pop element any size that you like. So I'm going to show it today, for example, on a square. Should we do a square album page? Well, you can do this on a... Let's do... Hello, darling. Let's do a... Gosh, you are molting everywhere. Let's do a square page. So, I am going to use this black card as my base. I've got two. Right, down you come, kitten. Come on. You're very cute, but you need to come down. Good girl. I need to start. Okay, so let's say we're doing... Good girl. You stay down there for a second, please. Okay, so we're going to do an 8x8. Imagine you've got an 8x8 album. It's pretty standard album size. So this is our 8x8 base page, okay? And what we're going to... You sit up there and be cute then. So this is going to be our base page. I have a kitten sat there. And we're going to do a top folding flap in this red card. We could do it the same size as the page, but I'm going to do it a bit smaller just to show you. So I'm going to do a piece that is 7 by 7.5. Okay. And we're going to put a 7.5 inch side. We're going to score at 1/2 inch. Okay. Obviously your flap can be whatever size you like. You could do it larger, you could do it smaller. You could do it the same size as your base page. You could make it rectangular. Okay, so, and all I'm going to do is stick this at the top as if it were a normal flap. So if I pop this in the middle, you can see it's a perfect square. I'm going to put this at the top. Come on, glue. Work for me. No, kitten, if you're going to be in the way, you're going to have to get down. So you sit up there. That's fine. So I'm going to stick this at the top. It needs to be, I suppose you could do it on the side. It would work on the side as well. Roughly in the middle. Try and get it. Bit more. There we go. That's more central. Much better. Are you sitting on my yes. There best bone folder, paper folder, whatever you want to call it. It's great because your whole hand can hold it, so it really helps my hands when it's sore. So now I have a flap. Okay, your flap could be the whole page, it could be rectangular, it could be whatever you like. You just want a flap on the top or on the side. It works equally. I personally think it looks better on the top just because of the way the page opens, but again, it's totally up to you how you want to do it. Okay, so that is there. So the next step is we want a piece that is 8 by 3.5. So we will cut this at 3.5 by 8. Okay. So we have a piece that is 8 by 3.5. On your scoreboard, we're going to score it along the 8-inch side. I'll turn it so I can see. Along the 8-inch side at 4, so down the middle. Wow, apparently I pressed too hard there, but that's okay. So down the middle at 4, and then we're going to notch. And by notch, I mean just put a little mark. We're not scoring. At 2.25. So I'm just going to do a little mark. I'm then going to come down to 1, 2.25. And I've just put a little notch there and there. And then we're going to do the same thing at 5.75, which is here. And then that's 6, so 5.75 is there. Okay, so I've got a full line at 4, and then a little mark there, 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 and there. Okay, we're then going to turn it 90 degrees to the 3.5-inch side, and we're going to score at 1.75 all the way down. So right down the middle, 1.75. Okay. So then you've got a score line and a score line, and then our notches. Okay. So what we're going to now do, I'm going to use my. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm going to use my scoreboard. We are going to join the notches together. So I'm going to draw on here so you can see what I'm talking about, okay? So, purple line is the score line. So this score line is at 4 inches. This score line oops, mind my finger. Here is at 1.75. Okay, so those are the two score lines that we've made. We've also made a little mark here, 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 and here. Okay, this one is at 2.25. And this one is at 5.75. Okay, so that's the first step. So now what we're going to do, we're going to join these notches up. So using my scoreboard, I'm going to put this on an angle. Okay, and I'm going to go from this point here, hold on, where's 4 inches? Yeah, so I'm going to put this here, that there, okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing here. So we'll do 3 inches. I'm going to put that on 3 inches, put that on 3 inches. Okay. So I've also joined these lines up. Like so. Okay, so all of these lines have been scored. Okay, so these are all score lines and they all go through that central point. So now I'm going to fold these. I'm just going to fold every score line. Okay, so all of those lines have now been folded. And I'm going to, these side panels, so these 4, I'm going to give you a different colour. So these 4 triangles, so these 4 pieces are the pieces we want to be able to see. So what I'm going to do, this central line, this is what we want. So we've got our house shape, our rectangle and our triangle, but you need to be able to see the 4 X's. Okay, you want to be able to see those pieces, and there will be a slight gap here. Okay, so the other piece, do exactly the same thing. Okay, so I've got these 2 pieces the same, I've just not drawn on them yet. Okay, once you've got your piece like this, on the right hand side you're going to need a ruler and a pencil, and you're going to mark up 1 1/4. So 1 1/4 is here. So I'm going to draw this line there. Okay, then I'm going to flip it and do the same thing on the right hand side. On the right hand side, 1 1/4. Okay. Grab that bit off. Okay. So now we need a piece that is 3 3/4 by 11. Okay, so this piece we are going to score at 2 3/4, 5 1/2, 8 1/4. 2 3/4, 5 1/2, 8 1/4. I'm going to fold it in half with a mounting fold at that 5 1/2 inch score line. Okay, so we've got a mounting there, and then these are going to be valleys. 1, 2, there we go. Okay. So now we have a W piece, Valley, Mountain, Valley. Okay. Close your piece. So your opening is going to be this way. So I'm just going to put an arrow on it so you can see. So this is going to be the front. Okay, so this is the front panels. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So then they're quite easy to mat. Sizes as well. So that's our opening. Take your piece like so. So have your opening pointing towards you, and we're going to put the, sorry, I need to put my X's, don't know, for where we're going to put our glue. So lift up the left flap and position it. You want to position it in the middle. Now this is only just larger, so you could go bigger, but I quite like this width, like so. Okay, all I'm going to do, lift this up, put glue there, because my glue doesn't want to work. Bear with me. Okay, so again, position it in the middle, hold it, lift this up, keep it in that line, lift this up, put glue, burnish it down, lift this one up, put glue or tape, whichever you want to use, put it down. So whichever side you're looking at, the left one is the top, okay, and your opening is towards you. Now where we've done our crosses here is where we're going to put the glue. So we're going to cover this section, this whole triangle, in glue. Okay, we need our point here. We're just going to trim off the smallest amount just to give us a flat edge. Okay, if I put it on top of this one, you see the amount I've taken off is minuscule. Okay, it's literally just to give us a flat edge. Bring your base page back, open it up. This piece here, our red, our flap is 7. Half of that is 3.5. So I'm going to make a little mark on my fold line. So on the fold line itself, where this folds, I've made a mark at 3.5. And what we're going to do, with our arrow facing away, we're going to line up the centre line here, so this fold line here, this fold line, we're going to line up with that mark. Okay, so that is lined up with that mark. I'm just going to turn it this way because it's easier for me to do my glue. Cover the whole triangle in glue. Flatten this down. Obviously do this before you add design paper because you want to be able to properly burnish this down. Okay, so now we're stuck to the flap. We're going to cover this with glue. This whole triangle with glue. And burnish it down. going to do a little bit of extra burnishing with this because it's easier for my hand. And that makes it harder for you guys to see, but okay, that helps. So now, when you lift your pad to open it, you get this pop out piece. Okay, your numbers are here, your sizing is there so you can make it larger or smaller, and then you can do your mats. What I would tend to do is do a 2.5 by 3.5, and then if I was going to do another one on top, I'd do 2.25 by 3.25. Just come down 1/4 of an inch each time is just the easiest way to do your mats. You could of course have curved these edges before you stuck them in, just using a corner chomper, which I think is what I did in this one. Yes, can you see my corners are rounded? I just did that before I stuck it in, but it's up to you and depends on the project that you're making. Now you have your twist and pop. So it will just open and close. Because this is very loose, it's not going to open and close as smoothly. There we go. There we go, there we go. It does open and close smoothly. If I can just want to give this a little bit of strength. So I'm going to use temporary tape just along the back here for a second, because this is very flimsy card. Very flimsy. Hi baby. Hello. A smudge came in. Right. Now, you see how easily that flips open and closes. You don't need to help it. You don't need to like push it back in. You can just, when it stays stuck down, you can just open and close it. It's a very, very smooth mechanism. Just remove this tape for a second because I don't want it to get stuck to everything. It's the great thing about temporary tape. It just comes off like so. Okay, so there is our twist and pop. Okay, so to recap, for your twist and pop, you need your base, you need your flap. You could do it sideways, as I've said, and have it pop out that way if you wanted to. That works just as well. Then you need your mechanism. Your mechanism is 8 by 3.5. Score at 4, notch 2.25 top and bottom, 5 3/4 top and bottom, turn it 90 degrees, score at 1 3/4. You then want to join up your score lines on the corners like so. So your 2.25 to 5 3/4, you are going to join them up and score them. All the purple lines are score lines. Put crosses on your 4 triangular pieces. They're the pieces you want to see. These long pieces push together, and now you should have a house with your 4 crosses at the top. Okay? On the right hand side, right hand foot, mark up 1 1/4, draw a line. Flip it over, mark up 1 1/4, draw a line. That's where you're going to have your glue. Okay? Then your strip, 3 3/4 by 11, score at 2 3/4, 5.5, 8 1/4. Middle folders are mountain, side folds are valleys. With your opening facing you, you're going to tuck under the left flap. Okay, you're then going to put glue where we've got this mark, and here, stick it on. You're then going to glue your crosses to your book. So those are the pieces that you need to create this look. I hope that makes sense. I hope all of those instructions and sizes make sense to make this really simple twist and pop that you don't need to help. The mechanism is really straightforward. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. I'm happy to answer them or go through anything else again. If you have any specific pages you'd like me to make for any of my albums or someone else's albums, pop them in the comments and I'll add them to my list. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please give this a big thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I do papercraft, mixed media things on a Tuesday, and I do resin craft on a Friday. I also have some design team and some collaborations mixed in amongst that. If you are already subscribed, thank you so much. You are amazing. I can't believe that I'm over 500 already. It's mind-blowing, but there we go. Thank you very much for spending time with me today, guys. Keep crafting, and I'll see you all soon.